हॅलो स्टुडंट्स, वाम वेलकम ऑन महाराष्ट्र मीडिया चॅनल. मी स्वातिवानी तुमचं स्वागत करत आहे. आज आपण पाहणार आहोत महाराष्ट्र स्टेट बोर्डचे इयत्ता 8वीचे इंग्लिशचे क्वेश्चन आणि आन्सर्स. तर सुरू करूया आपण. हे बघा, महाराष्ट्र स्टेट बोर्ड क्लास 8 चॅप्टर द हॅपी प्रिन्स टेक्स्ट बुक क्वेश्चन अँड आन्सर्स. पहिला क्वेश्चन याच्यात, देर आर डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ शॉर्ट स्टोरीज. यूज अ डिक्शनरी, द इंटरनेट अँड फाइंड आउट व्हॉट इच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग टाइप्स रेफर्स टू. हे वर्ड्स दिलेले आहे आणि त्याच्यासाठी डिक्शनरी मिनिंग लिहायचं आहे आपल्याला. तर खाली बघा आन्सर दिले आहे. फॅबल मीन्स मॉरल बिअरिंग स्टोरी विथ ॲनिमल कॅरेक्टर्स. नेक्स्ट, अँकेडोट, short amusing account of an incident. Fairy tale, having supernatural characters, a moral for children. Parable, having religious base and message or moral. Tragedy, serious and ends in a tragedy. Humorous story, causing laughter and amusement. Comic. Detective story, the plot revolves around the investigation and solving of a crime. Mythum, originated in ancient times, authorship unknown. Next question, have you heard of birds that fly from one part of the world to another in small or large flocks? They are called migratory birds. Discuss and write down 2 reasons why they migrate and return. Answer, migratory birds migrate for food, for warmth. They return when the food supplies in their home area stabilize and winter changes to summer again. Then next, speech or dialogues can be reported in 2 ways, direct and indirect. When the exact words of the speaker are reported, we can call it direct speech. When the exact words of the speaker are not reported but just its contents, we call it indirect speech. Then direct speech, Amar said, I shall come to meet you tomorrow. Sanket, indirect speech, Amar told Sanket that he would go to meet him the next day. Note down the changes you observe in the indirect speech. Answer, there are no inverted commas in indirect speech. The verb changes in indirect speech. There is a change in the adverb in indirect speech and the word that is added in the indirect speech. Next, say whether these sentences are true or false and correct the false ones. Question A, the writer of the story is William Blake. Answer is false. The writer of the story is Oscar Wilde. Question number B, everyone admired the state of the happy prince. Answer, true. Question C, the mother was working when the swallow brought the yellow jewel. Answer, false. The mother was sleeping when the swallow brought the yellow jewel. Then next, question D, the 2 best things the servants brought to God were gold and jewel stones. Answer, false. The 2 best things that servants brought to God were broken heart and dead bird. The next, find from the story the homophones of the following words. Words that sound the same but differ in spelling and meanings. This is words. And here answer, weak, weak, weak and weak. There and there, below and blue, see and see, read, read, west, west, no, no, not, not, through, through, right, right. Then next, answer the given question in your own words. Question A, Where was the Happy Prince statue located? Answer. The Happy Prince statue located high above the city. Question number B. Why did the swallow decide to stay under the statue of the Happy Prince at night? Answer. The swallow decided to stay under the statue of the Happy Prince at night because it was high up and so there was plenty of fresh air. Question number C. Why was the prince sad? Answer. The prince was sad to see all the unhappiness of the city. Next, question D. What was the first task given to the swallow? Answer. The happy prince asked the swallow to take the great red jewel from the west and give it to a poor woman whose son was ill and hungry. This was the swallow's first task. Question E. To whom did the prince gift the two gemstones of his eyes? The prince. Answer. The prince gave one of the two gemstones of his eyes to a dour little girl whose eggs had fallen to the ground and broken. Next, question F. What decision did the swallow finally make? Was it a wise one? Comment. Answer. The swallow finally decided not to go to Egypt but to remain with the happy prince whom he loved very much. It may not have been a wise decision because it led to the death of the swallow, but it was a decision made from the heart and was an emotional decision that was rewarded in heaven. Next, question G. Why did swallow finally decided not to leave the prince? Answer. The swallow finally decided not to leave the prince because he loved him very much. Question H. What message do you get from this story? Answer. This message that we get from this story is that we should be loyal, generous and compassionate. We will not only get peace when on earth but will also get appreciation and reward in the heaven. Infinitives, participles and gerunds. Infinitives. In the sentences I have to study and I must study. Study is the infinitive form because it does not take years, cd, ller. It even if the number or person of the subject changes. Infinitives are generally preceded by to or sometimes by a modal auxiliary. The next, participles. In the sentence, she divide into the swimming pool and the writing table is in May. Swimming and writing are in the verb plus ing form and function as adjectives. These are present participles in the sentences. The police recovered the stolen jewels and he banged his bruised arm. Stolen and bruised are in the verb plus ed form and function as adjectives. Then gerunds. In the sentence, I love swimming and reading is a good habit. The verb plus ing form function as nouns. As the subject or object, there are called verbal nouns or gerunds. Say whether the underlined are infinitives, participles, present or past gerunds. Question number 1. I wish to go to Egypt. Answer infinitive. Question number 2. They liked his written stories. Participle, past. Question number 3. He is trying to finish a story. Answer infinitive. Question number 4. Suffering is a stranger than anything. Answer gerund. Question number 5. The dying swallow fell at his feet. Answer participle present. Question number 6. He began to cry. Answer infinitive. Question number 7. He watched the working seamen. Answer participle present. Then write the following dialogues from the story in the indirect speech. Who are? Asked the bird. I am the happy prince. Then why are you crying? I am wet with your tears. सेंटेन्स दिलेलं आहे त्याचं आता इनडायरेक्ट स्पीचमध्ये लिहायचं आहे आपल्याला. देन व्हाय आर यू क्राईंग? आय एम वेट विथ युअर टीयर्स. नेक्स्ट, द हॅपी प्रिन्स लुक्ड व्हेरी सॅड अँड द लिटिल सॉलो वॉज सॉरी फॉर हिम. इट वॉज व्हेरी कोल्ड हिअर ही सेड, बट आय विल स्टे विथ यू फॉर वन नाईट. टुमॉरो आय विल टेक द ज्वेल. थँक यू लिटिल बर्ड, सेड द प्रिन्स. Little bird, said the prince, please will you stay with me for one more night? My friends are waiting for me, answered the bird. Under a bridge, two little boys were lying close together to keep warm. We are so hungry, they said. You can't lie there, shouted a crowd. Goodbye, dear prince, he said. I am glad that you are going to Egypt, said the prince. You have stayed too long. I am not going to Egypt, said the swallow. I am going to the house of God. Then divide the story into parts. Make 4 groups in your class. Each group should take one of the 4 parts to convert story into a play and interact your part. Then next, if you could change the end of the story, that is after the swallow refused to fly to Egypt, how would you change it? Summarize your idea into 10 to 12 lines. Answer. Summary of idea: a miracle. The swallow, battling the bitter cold, refuses to fly to Egypt and continues to live with the prince to support him in his time of need. God sees this love and friendship among the two and decides to do something. He restores the prince to his glory. The happy prince becomes golden and beautiful once again and is admired by all. The little swallow develops extra layers of feathers to protect him from the cold, and the two continue to live with each other. The prince continues to be generous, but his wealth never diminishes. The swallow is his messenger and informant. They become immortal. The two realize that these miracles are the work of God, and they look towards heaven to thank God. Think of one of your favorite stories. Fill in the following facts about the story. By using this fact, make a story. Answer. Name of the story: Pride and Prejudice. Type of story: romantic or social. Setting: time and place, the early 80s in England. Important characters: Elizabeth and Jane Bennet, Mr. Bennet, Darcy. Theme: plot, the emotional development of the main character. Conflict, dilemma: Darcy is rich and proud, Elizabeth is strongly prejudiced against him, their states and lifestyle differs, however they are attracted to each other. Solution: how they overcome their prejudice and come together from the main story of the novel. End. Darcy and Elizabeth overcome their prejudices and their true emotions come through. The end is a happy one, with everything ending well. Thank you so much for showing this video. असेच अजून नवीन व्हिडिओ बघण्यासाठी पाहत राहा आमचं चॅनल महाराष्ट्र मीडिया.